Hello, I'm Gemma. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a 30-minute Pilates beginner to intermediate routine. So I want you to join me at the very top of your mat and let's get started. So we're going to do a roll down first. So I want you to bring your tailbone, sink it down towards the floor. Think about your knees nice and soft, shoulders back. Chin is tucked, and then from here you're going to drop your chin to your chest and just roll down one vertebrae at a time. Let your arms hang heavy, and then we're going to restack. Right, from here we're going to roll down again. Each time coming up to your full height. So in this next one, we're going to let our arms hang heavy and we're going to pause at the bottom of the movement and just hang out here. Let your head hang heavy. Okay, bring your hands to the floor. I want you to sink down into your kind of hunkered position. Push the floor away and you're going to reach back with one leg. Okay, we're going to hold it here and step it back in. And step it back on the other side. And step it back in. Try and get your heels down to the floor if you can. So we're going to do this one more each side. Step it back in. And then on this next one, we're going to hold it back. Push the floor away and push yourself into a full plank position. Holding it here. Make sure that your bum isn't in the air. You're going to curl your tailbone in underneath you a little bit more. Release one leg down to the floor and then the other. Okay, from here, we're going to sit back into a little bit of a child's pose. So bring your toes together, knees wide, and sit down into the stretch. From here, I want you to slowly take yourself forward, and then we're going to go down onto our belly into our swan dive. So from here, I want you to take your hands either side of your mat, curl your tailbone in underneath you, and slowly try and lift your belly button away from the floor. Hover your nose off the floor, and then from here, you're going to slide your chest forward. Exhale, bring yourself down. Sorry, exhale to bring yourself up so you don't push your belly into the floor. And inhale to bring yourself back down. Keeping the neck nice and long. Make sure that you're not trying to extend the movement through your neck. Keep this all in your upper back. So imagine that you're trying to squeeze two shoulder blades together. Just make them kiss gently down your back. We're going to do one more. And last one. Okay, from here, we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders, pushing ourselves up, and then bring one hip to the floor, and we're going to roll over onto our back. And we're going to go into our 100 here. So this is our intermediate version. If you want to stay at the low version, I'm going to show you that. So we're going to be here. Your ribs are heavy on the floor. Pelvis is heavy, but you've got that nice little bridge in between your low back and the floor. So from here, what I want you to do is take one leg up into tabletop. Think about your core connection. Inhale, and as you exhale, take a second leg up. From here, you're going to reach the arms long. And we're going to start to pump the arms up and down. If you want, you can slide the legs out and hold it at this 45 degrees angle. Or you can take it back in, whatever you want to do. This is your workout today. Keep breathing all the way through. See if you can curl up just one more vertebrae. And last one, bring your knees in towards your chest. From here, move both hands over to one knee, extend the leg long. And I want you to keep a nice strong leg. Don't let it flop onto the floor. Bring your nose up towards your knee. And then from here, slower than slow, I want you to change it to the other side. Keep breathing. See if you can curl up a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna start to speed it up just a little bit, but I don't want you to lose your breath. I don't want you to start rocking from side to side. So just keep it here. If you need to go back to that slower version, please do. Okay, let's do 2 more. And bring it in. Relax your head down onto the floor, and you can rotate your knees in one direction and then take it around to the other way. Okay, from here, we're gonna go into a little bit of side bend. So I want you to take yourself over onto your elbow. Elbows directly underneath the shoulder, heels in line with your bum, and your knees are forward. Okay, from here, low waist is lifted away from the floor, and we're gonna take ourselves up and reach over, tapping down and lifting up. And last one. Okay, from here we're going to tap ourselves down, and then I just want you to bring your head onto your hand. From here, extend both legs long, but take them slightly in front of your torso. Okay, you're going to think about this top hip getting a little bit longer than your bottom, and then from here you're going to float this top leg away. Think about lengthening the spine, and then from here you're going to kick forward and bring it back. You can keep your fingertips on the floor if you need to. This leg has no bend in it. We're just keeping it going forward and back. Try not to squeeze your head too much if you're keeping your hands in behind your head here. Keep breathing. And last one. And then from here, take the legs up, give them a little tap out, and then I want you to push yourself up. Ooh, clicks are getting involved already. So we're taking our hand up and over, and then we'll go down on the other side, take it over. Okay, we gotta do that on the other side, so turn yourself around nice and slow, or you can just swivel. All right, from here, elbow directly underneath the shoulder, low waist lifted. From here, your heels are in line with your bum, knees are forward, and we're gonna rainbow our arm over the top and back down. And last one. Okay, take yourself down. From here, we're gonna take ourselves down onto our hand, extend the legs long and take them slightly in front of you. From here, top leg gets a little bit longer than the bottom, and then from here, float the top leg away, kick it forward and bring it back. You can take your hand in behind your head if you want, but don't squeeze your head. You're not trying to pop your head like a balloon. If you keep your leg nice and straight, you're gonna feel a nice stretch down the back of the leg, which feels really good. And we'll just do one more. Okay, from here, take the legs in front, give the top booty a wee tap out, and we're gonna take a stretch over to the other side. Hand goes down to the floor, and we'll take it over on the other side. Fabulous. Okay, so we're gonna take ourselves down onto the floor, and we're gonna go into our shoulder bridge from here. Right, so what I want you to do, just like we found our connection with our upper back in that swan, I want you to kiss your two shoulder blades together so they're feeling nice and strong down the mat. Okay, your low back, I want you to press it into the floor, send your tailbone down between your legs, and we're gonna curl up. So we're gonna do 3 of the basic shoulder bridge, so just take your time with this one. This is all about spinal mobility. And then we're gonna move on to the strength portion. So just rolling up to your shoulder blades and rolling back down, creating more space in that low back. If you're feeling this in the back of your legs, you need to move your heels a little bit closer towards your bum. You need to squeeze your bum a little bit more. Okay, from here, this next one, we're gonna hold ourselves up in our shoulder bridge. So we take ourselves up, super duper slow. Just find that ski slow position. Push one foot into the floor, and then from here, without moving your hips, you're gonna float the other leg up. Draw a big stripe on the wall and take the leg down. From here, we're gonna go to the other side. Push that foot into the floor, lifting up and take it back down. Right. From here, we're gonna roll our back all the way down onto the floor. Right, we're gonna do one more of those. So pressing the low back into the floor, curling up one vertebrae at a time. Find your stable base here. From here, push the foot into the floor, lifting up, draw a big stripe, and return. Take it to the other side, lifting up, draw the stripe, and return it. And then from here, we're gonna roll back down. Imagine that you're like a piece of wallpaper just being unfurled. I'm watching a lot of DIY programs, that's probably why I said that. So roll over to your side, and we're gonna bring ourselves up into a seated position. From here, I'm gonna go kind of side on so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So from here, I want you to keep your toes curled up towards your nose, but I want you to really focus on getting your back nice and straight. So you're not leaning back like this. You're trying to get up as straight as possible. If you need to put something in underneath your bum to help you, you can, or alternatively, bring the soles of your feet together. All right? So those are your options for this one. Arms go out into a T position. From here, we're gonna do our spine twist. So I want you to turn, make sure that your feet are staying the same length, or your legs are staying the same length. You're not letting them turn. So I just want you to imagine your t-shirt is all wet and you're trying to wring it out, but you're still wearing it. Does that make sense? I don't know. And twist and return. Keep the breath going. Keep getting tall. Last one. Okay, from here, we're gonna take ourselves down onto our mat again. So I want you to slowly release yourself down. Okay, so from here, we're going to find your pelvis nice and heavy on the floor, ribs heavy, but that little bridge in between the low back and the floor. So find your connection with your upper back. Okay, don't let yourself get lazy here. And then think about your neck getting nice and long. Okay, core connection is switched on. You just want to float one leg up and then float a second leg up. Remember, you can always keep this at one leg. Keeping the angle in between your shin and your thigh the same. I want you to tap one toe down towards the end of your mat. So this movement isn't coming from your knees, because that's not doing what we want. We want it to come from your hips. So don't let your knee bend. Okay, if you're feeling a little bit more confident, take it up a notch. If you're feeling clicks, clacks, or you're losing your breath here, take it back down a level. And last one. Okay, legs up. Return one leg down to the floor at a time. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Arms go wide. And then you're just gonna drop both knees to one side. You can turn the head away. Makes it a little bit of a deeper stretch. And knees up and over to the other side. Okay, take it up. And then from here, we're gonna roll over onto our belly. Right, so elbows are going directly underneath your shoulders. Your palms are facing one another. But what I want you to do here is imagine that you've got a steel pole in between your two hands. So if you were to press them together, it would be resisting that pole, okay? So palms can't come together is the take-home message here. All right, so I want you to curl your tailbone in underneath you a little bit more, lifting your belly button away from the floor. And then from here, push yourself up. All right, we're gonna stay in this kind of half plank position. Hold it here. And then from here, I want you to just slide one leg away, lifting it away from the floor and bring it back down. Try and take it into the same place. And then go to the other side, press and return. Press. And last one each side. And release yourself back down. Take a full body stretch here. Stretching the arms and legs away from you. Okay, we're gonna stay in this position. And what I want you to do here is curl your tailbone in underneath you a little bit. Lifting the belly button away from the floor. We're just gonna go into swimming here. So what I want you to do here is try this first one. And then we're gonna take it up from there. So take one arm and the opposite leg away from the floor and then tap them back down. And then we're gonna go to the other side. Okay, if that's enough of a challenge for your back line and for your coordination, keep it there. Otherwise, you're gonna hover both arms and legs off the floor, lifting opposite arm and opposite leg each time. And you can take it a little bit faster if you want. And last one, and then just float everything back down, taking a little break. Bring your hands underneath your shoulder, push yourself up, and then bring your toes together, knees wide, and sit down into the stretch. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna take myself forward, hip onto the floor, extending the arm long, and then rolling onto my back. Right, so from here, I want you to take the legs long. Okay, connect in to the heels on the floor And then from here, I want you to float both hands up towards the ceiling. From here, you're gonna keep the length in the back of your neck and think about your ribs being heavy on the floor. I don't want them to flare up as you reach back. So you're gonna reach your arms back towards your ears, but not the floor. And just see where you can take this with your ribs on the floor. Okay, pause it here. Exhale, and as you exhale, you're gonna roll your head, neck, and shoulders off the floor and reach long. Inhale to bring yourself back, keeping your ribs heavy. And peel the head, neck, and shoulders off the floor, reaching long. And back down, keeping the connection with the heels on the floor. See every time if you can peel up one more vertebrae. And we'll do 2 more. Keep going. And last one. And release it, take a full body stretch. Let your ribs flare in this one. Okay, from here, bring your hands down by your side, and then from here, I want you to press one heel into the floor, and you're gonna lift the other leg up, keeping a bend in the knee. Okay, bring your fingertips onto your kneecap or just above it. And then from here, I want you to draw a big circle with your knee on the ceiling. You can make this a little bit bigger. Keep the shin in line with the floor, in parallel with the floor, sorry. And pause and take it back the other way. What I want you to focus on here is keeping the opposite hip glued to the floor, because it wants to lift, but we're not gonna let it. And then return that leg to the floor, sliding it out. Heel presses into the floor, and we're gonna lift up. Fingertips on to the knee, and take it round. Watch that other hip, it wants to move. And then pause and take it back. And then release that knee down to the floor. And then from here, we'll just take another full body stretch. Okay, from here, bend one knee in, roll over to your side, and we're gonna take ourselves up into all fours. All right, so this one, we're gonna go into knee hovers. So I want you to pay close attention to what's happening in your back. So whenever we go into all fours, all right, I want you to focus on keeping that back nice and flat. So you're not dropped down and you're not curved in underneath, okay? So hands can be directly underneath the shoulders or a little bit wider. What I want you to do is focus on keeping these first 2 knuckles on the floor, okay? Because there is a tendency to press through your fingertips when we're in this movement, right? So everything's nice and connected. Curl your toes in underneath you and push the floor away. Imagine there's a hook in underneath your belly button, and push and hold. And from here, you're gonna tap down and lift. This is a tap, it's not a release. Last one, take yourself down. And then we're gonna sit back, release your wrist. We're gonna add on to that, okay? So we're gonna hover, then we're gonna step back into a full plank. Right, if that doesn't suit you today, you just take it back into that lower level. Right, curl the toes in underneath, lifting away, hover and hold. Take it back, step back and hold. Step it in, hold. You got this. Step it back. Step it in, step back. Step it in. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And release your knees. Take yourself up, roll the shoulders out, roll the wrists out too. Right, from here, we're going to take ourselves into a seated position. And then from here, I want you to hold on to the back of your legs and just keep your back super flat. Okay, from here, you're going to lean back, let your arms extend long, and then pull on the back of your legs to pull yourself up. Your feet should feel nice and light on the floor. Okay, if you're feeling brave, take the arms away. Okay, are we feeling really brave today? Right, let's take one leg up and then tap it back down. You can take yourself out of this movement anytime, but I want your toes to go in line with your eye line. Okay, keeping yourself back, keeping your connection with your upper back. Keep breathing. This is our prep for our teaser. We're just going to be here for a few more. Remember, you can always hold on to the back of your legs if you need to. And last one. And then from here, roll yourself all the way down to the floor. Make yourself comfortable and then take a full stretch. Full body stretch here. From here, take one knee in towards your chest and just take a little stretch. And then release it. We'll go to the other side, so knee in. Release. We're going to roll over onto our stomach. And then from here, I want you to bring your forearm to a 90-degree angle in front of you. You can bring your forehead onto that forearm and then reach back. Hold on to your foot here. Keep breathing. If this is enough of a stretch, I want you to keep it here. But if not, press your foot into your hand and lift your chest off the floor. See if you can lift your thigh off the floor. Ooh, this is a great stretch for the front line of the body. And release it down. We're just going to do one more. Push the foot into the hand and lift. And release it. All right, let's go to the other side. Reaching back. You can release your forehead onto your forearm. Try and keep the knees together if you can. Push your instep into your hand and lift. Release. And lift again and just hold it here. And release. All right, we're going to push ourselves up. So hands on underneath the shoulders. Push yourself up into all fours. All right, from here, you're going to drop your belly button to the floor, lift your eyes to the ceiling. And then from here, curl your tailbone in underneath you, push the floor away, and let your head hang heavy. Release it down. And push the floor away. Slowly sit back onto your heels. Take a nice deep breath. And you're done. 30 minutes of Pilates. Well done. Give me a like. Let me know how you got on with that one. See you in the next one. Bye.